Welcome to my channel, The Dark Truth Diaries. Tonight's story is about trust, the kind of trust you only give to someone who knows your deepest secrets, your darkest fears, and your biggest dreams. But what happens when that same person, the one you call your best friend, becomes the architect of your destruction? This is the chilling real-life story of Melissa Carla and Carla Reeves, two inseparable childhood friends whose bond slowly twisted into obsession, jealousy, and ultimately, attempted murder. A betrayal so deep, so calculated, it shocked an entire community. Settle in, because this story takes turns you will never see coming. The perfect friendship. Melissa Carla grew up in a quiet Arizona suburb, the kind of place where kids played outside until the streetlights came on. From the moment she met Carla Reeves in 4th grade, they were inseparable. They shared everything. Secrets. Sleepovers. School struggles. First crushes. Heartbreaks. Their parents joked that they were sisters born to different families. By the time they reached high school, Melissa had become the achiever, straight A's, track team captain, popular without trying. Carla was the opposite. She had average grades, a quiet personality, and often stood in Melissa's shadow. But Melissa never treated her that way. She lifted Carla up, defended her, encouraged her. To everyone, their friendship looked beautiful. But underneath Carla's shy smile, something was growing. Resentment. Envy. An identity built around Melissa's success. She didn't want to be Melissa's friend anymore. She wanted to be Melissa. It started small. Melissa got into a college Carla secretly dreamed of. Melissa landed a boyfriend Carla liked. Melissa started a successful beauty blog that suddenly gained traction. Carla congratulated her with hugs, emojis, and support. But in private, she was spiraling. One of Carla's journal entries later found by detectives read, "She gets everything. I do everything right and still I'm invisible. If she disappeared, maybe I'd finally matter." Meanwhile, Melissa noticed nothing. She trusted Carla completely, especially during her most vulnerable moments. So when Melissa confessed she was struggling with stress from school, her blog, and her relationship, Carla saw something else. An opportunity. Carla didn't snap. She didn't lash out. What she did instead was far more terrifying. She planned. She began by subtly isolating Melissa from others. One friend came forward later saying that Carla told them, "Melissa said you were using her, maybe give her some space." Carla would then tell Melissa, "People are fake, you only have me." The cracks in Melissa's life widened. She grew more dependent on Carla, emotionally, mentally, socially. Carla's plan was working. But isolation wasn't the end goal. Elimination was. On a chilly Saturday in October, Carla invited Melissa over for a girls' night. Just them, movies, takeout, and relaxing. Melissa agreed instantly. These nights always made her feel safe. Carla picked the movie, a psychological thriller about a girl betrayed by her closest friend. Melissa laughed and joked, "Imagine if one of us ever turned psycho." Carla smiled back. But her eyes stayed cold. The food arrived. Melissa ate. Carla didn't. Within minutes, Melissa felt dizzy. Her vision blurred. Her head felt heavy. She tried to stand, but her legs buckled. Carla calmly said, "Don't fight it. It'll be easier that way." Melissa collapsed. The substance later found in her system was a mix of sedatives Carla had stolen from her older brother's medical supply bag. She wasn't trying to scare her. She was trying to silence her. Permanently. But here's what Carla didn't know. Melissa had shared her location with her boyfriend earlier that day, a habit she picked up after several late-night Uber issues. During the time Melissa lost consciousness, her location suddenly went static for too long. Her boyfriend, Daniel, knew something was wrong. He called. No answer. He drove straight to Carla's house. No answer at the door. But he heard something from inside. A thud. A dragging sound. A muffled voice. Daniel kicked the door so hard it cracked open. Inside the living room, he found Carla trying to drag an unconscious Melissa toward the basement. Carla froze. Her entire plan collapsing in real time. Her only words were, "You weren't supposed to be here." Police arrived minutes later. Melissa was rushed to the hospital unconscious but alive. Carla, on the other hand, tried to act innocent. She told police Melissa passed out from drinking, even though no alcohol was found, and her own toxicology test exposed the sedatives immediately. Then investigators found Carla's journal. Detailed notes, dosages, timelines, even drafts of Melissa's future suicide note. She had planned everything. Melissa woke up 11 hours later. Her first words, "Where's Carla? Is she okay?" She didn't understand. She couldn't understand. Her best friend, her sister, had tried to kill her. The trial lasted months. Carla maintained that she just wanted Melissa to sleep because she was stressed. But the evidence was overwhelming. Her planner, found in her bedroom, had a date circled with one note. "End it." In court, Melissa cried every single day. Not because of fear, but heartbreak. She said, "I would have given her everything. I never thought she hated me." Carla showed no emotion. Not remorse. Not regret. Only disappointment. She said, coldly, "I didn't want her dead. I just didn't want her here anymore." The judge called it one of the most chilling betrayals I have ever seen. Carla was sentenced to 26 years. Melissa recovered physically, but the emotional scars run deeper. She moved to another state, changed her number, started therapy, stopped blogging, for a long time. In an interview years later, she said, "People talk about heartbreak in relationships, but nothing breaks you like a friend who tries to destroy you." Carla, now in prison, reportedly isolates herself from others, ironically fearing betrayal. Some inmates said she spends hours writing in her journal. Again, tonight's story isn't just about crime. It's about the darkest truth of human relationships. Sometimes, the people closest to you aren't who they seem. Sometimes, the biggest threat isn't outside. It's sitting right beside you. Trust carefully. Notice the subtle signs. And never ignore your instincts. Because Melissa didn't. And it nearly cost her life. Follow my channel for more. Thank you.